Yo, 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 what is up? We are back again, once again, Hoops and Brews. We actually have actual basketball to talk about this time. Obviously, the season we had basketball to talk about last time, but more basketball to talk about this time. We played, what, has it been 2 weeks into the season now? 2 weeks? A week or
Pretty.
two?
It's been like like a week and a half. It started
Yeah,
last week. hmm
yeah, facts. So it's been like a week and a half into the season. First and foremost, we have, I guess, a guest today. I don't know if we're gonna call him a guest, but I guess he's a guest. We got the homies TPJ. TPJ is here.
Good,
Yeah,
my
I mean, I
brother.
know what to say.
Damn
Like
guest.
TPJ,
I ain't no
TP,
goddamn guest. Get your ass out of here.
well, I
Get
said
your
I
ass
don't
out.
know what you wanna. I don't know if you wanna
I ain't
say.
no
But anyway,
goddamn guest.
well
I'm
anyway, TP.
half of these niggas' fathers, and you calling me a guest? Come on, man.
Well anyway, TPJ is here. Obviously, we all live in Los Angeles, so we've been subjected to watching Lakers basketball for the past 2 weeks, which has been a
How
very
about
pleasant
them Lakers?
doing. So I guess we're gonna talk about it first. The Los Angeles Lakers. Why are they struggling? Why do they suck? What's wrong with the Lakers? Will they ever win again?
I mean, if you want me to go, the first thing that's wrong with the Lakers is just they not getting effort from their best two players. All my Lakers takes from
That's
this
the issue,
preseason.
huh?
That's the issue. That's the
That's the
core.
issue, huh?
You good though.
That's the
Not
issue,
getting
huh?
effort from their best two players, and
Okay.
if they not hustling back on defense, why in the hell is Lonnie Walker going to
You
hustle
know
back on defense?
you know they have the fourth best defense in the league right now.
But that's overrated. That's slighted. I'm not
I'm just
really
saying they
buying
got the
that.
fourth best defense. I just said they got the fourth best defense in the league.
They're bottom 5 in transition defense, and
Okay.
teams are missing a
Because
lot
they're
of
old.
open shots from this because they're not old. Actually, they're not old. Who's
See,
old? Who's
LeBron
old on
is
this team?
40.
So
LeBron
that
is
means you can't
40.
get back on. So that means you can't get back on
He's
defense.
40, bro. First of all,
So
he's
that means you
playing.
can.
Listen, he's playing 36 minutes a game, which he shouldn't be doing. Number one, he's playing 36 minutes a game at 38 years old. No, I'm not getting back on defense every time, bro.
Not what the Pavi, I expect better from you, man. You gotta the Bron's
I
supposed to be a
understand
man.
what you're saying.
Pass for this because he's 36. Retire then. Leave the fucking NBA if that's how you're going. If that's if not getting back on defense is something that we should all accept. Retire. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not trying to walk.
Fam. You just told LeBron to retire.
Yes, if we're not gonna get back on
You
defense
should
and
click
your
off
excuses
the
you being
screen
old.
and take a timeout on your own accord.
No, why would
He
I?
shouldn't
No.
have tell you nothing. Are you serious? Come on, G. Come on, G.
LeBron James
Your
was
solution
absolutely
is if
was
you can't
horrible.
get back on defense, retire. You think LeBron is the only problem on this team?
He's not the only problem, but it starts with him and Anthony
The
Davis. It starts
roster
with them
is
two.
basura.
It's not
It is
good.
hot garbage on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every day. It's garbage. They
Three
have
of the
no
4 games.
shooters on their team.
The 4 games Lakers have
They
played
have
have
no
been winning.
perimeter defenders on their team. Patrick Beverly is mincemeat when he plays against anybody that is good. Ask Devin Booker,
Am I
ask
lying?
ask
Am I
Kevin
lying?
Durant.
Am I
Ask
lying?
them all.
Jamal Murray and DeMose Highland ain't do shit on Pat Bev yet last night.
Who the
Three
fuck
of
is Jamal Murray after
Murray,
torn
to be fair.
ACL?
To be fair,
Jamal
Jamal
Murray-
Murray hasn't
He got
done much
coming
on
off the
anybody the
torn
past
ACL.
5 days of the season. Jamal Murray hasn't done
Jamal
much on
Murray right
anybody
now.
the past.
Three
Jamal
of the
Murray
four-
hasn't done.
3 of the 4 games Lakers have played this year have been
Get out
winnable.
here and walk up out
Why
here.
they couldn't win those games? Why they couldn't win the 3 of the 4? They were very winnable. They could have beat the beloved Clippers. They had them right in their pocket. They sold at the end of the game. Last night, they could have fucking competed with the Nuggets, but every time we wanted to make a run, LeBron James is not there. It's not.
Responded
Why
back
are you
with
turning the ball over 8 times?
The Nuggets hit a 3, and the Lakers responded back with a layup. That's what happened every time.
Why is LeBron James turning the ball over 8 times? Versus
Because
Nuggets
that's what
defense
the
is not
fuck
even
he does.
pressuring you.
Are you
No,
new?
that's-
All over eight.
Are you new here? Are you new here? We've been doing this shit for years, but ain't nobody saying shit about it because he's the golden child. And everybody called me fucking crazy when I said that he don't make nobody better. How many years I've been telling you, Pavi, that LeBron don't make nobody better? Who the fuck is he making better right now?
Who is there to make better? Have you seen the team?
He
Have
turned
seen
Daniel
team?
Boogie Gibson into a fucking solid rotational player.
For 2 years, and then what happened?
It doesn't fucking matter.
Who on the team is there to make better? Gee, Boobie Gibson better than half this roster.
Make all threes better. Make Lonnie Walker better.
You too.
Make
Playoff Boobie Gibson better
Both
than
of
half this
y'all
roster.
should be on your own show right now.
Playoff Boobie Gibson better than half this roster.
make Jimmy and Jones
Playoff
better.
Boobie Gibson better than half this roster.
All right,
Who you want, Boobie Gibson or Lonnie Walker?
give me Lonnie Walker.
Give me Boobie.
I'm not mad at that.
Started
Lonnie
playing.
got a smooth 26 ball on the Clippers on the supposed to be the all defensive Clippers, all them wings they supposed to have.
Point being
yeah.
is they're struggling because the team is not a good roster, bro. It's just not a good roster, bro.
No,
Like first of all, they can't shoot.
They can't
at
shoot,
all.
but they keep shooting. Can somebody?
Because they open. Because they open. G, what you want them to do?
Joe, are you serious? I thought you was just tweaking off in the group chat. You dead ass serious. You like dead ass serious.
They have to come out.
No, I'm asking.
You have to set an example.
I didn't ask you that. I said, are you dead ass serious? Yes or no?
That's serious.
How the hell you say, why keep shooting? Everybody shoot 43s a game. They just make it half of them or 40% of them.
You gotta realize that you're not everybody.
It doesn't fucking matter. You got to play the game. You hit 42s in the game, that's 80 points.
Stop. Look at your boy.
42s in the game is 80 points.
Look at your boy, Zion Williamson. He is dominating the league by scoring in the fucking paint.
He's fucking, he's 30 years younger than LeBron.
0 3 a game.
Than LeBron. What's wrong with you?
You know the Pelicans can also shoot though.
LeBron going to the
also,
rim.
But G.
Your strengths.
Don't shoot the ball in a league where everybody is taking 45 threes a game and making. Listen. If you taking 40 threes a game and you make 40% of them, my dog, that's 18 threes a game. 18 times 3 is 54 points a game off threes. If you niggas would have to fucking shoot 100 twos and make 100 twos to account for 18 threes a game, you gotta shoot the ball. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
20-25 and keep the defensive worst side right now. Shoot 20 to 25 threes. LeBron James should not be shooting 9-8 threes a game. Anthony Davis can't throw a pin in the ocean.
Who's the best three-point shooter on the Lakers?
LeBron.
You on the Lakers?
LeBron.
Oh shit.
LeBron. Take them fucking 8 threes a game, old man.
But also
none of the above.
Also go to thing with LeBron. Like you got to realize, right? Number one, they're playing the game of basketball the wrong way. Yes, I agree. LeBron should be close to the rim. Yes, I agree. Anthony Davis should also be close to the rim. They also have Russell Westbrook there. So basically, you have 3 people. You're like we talking about. You got $120 million tied up in people who can't shoot. Like what the fuck? Like technically they all do kind of sort of the same thing, kind of sort of. They all offensively have their strong points currently in the paint. Also, the issue with LeBron James is it takes a lot for a 38-year-old man to consistently get downhill. What do you mean? If he was like 24, I feel you. Gee, he 38, bro. He can't get downhill on everybody like that 100 times a game no more.
You have to take it for what it is, and you have to play to your strengths. You have to realize this team is not shooters, and you have to do what fits best for the person you have.
If I gotta drive, if I have to drive downhill again, I'm not 28 years old anymore, and there's fucking 20 people in the paint because we can't shoot. What you want me to do?
There have been multiple scenarios, even this year, despite everything you just said, where LeBron James has some amazing takes to the rim. You got to do that more often. You got to get to the rim. You got to open things up. LeBron and AD do not command double teams, and that's a huge problem. You're supposed to be – these were at one point 2 top 10 players on one team. You have to be able to command a double team. The Warriors didn't double team them. The Clippers wasn't double teaming them. If your 2 best players are not getting double – and if you aren't getting double teaming, you don't have no shooters, what does that say? What is basic basketball knowledge? If there's no shooters, you will double team the best players. There's no shooters, and you still can't double team. You still can't demand double team. These 2 players are very underwhelming.
But why would I double team them? We can still beat them, but listen, it's 2 people. They're not going to score 60.
What you said makes sense because they're not as good as as they should be. They're not the 2. The first year LeBron and AD touched the court together, they were both first team All NBA players. First team All NBA players. How many times has that happened in NBA history?
But again, that wasn't
All NBA.
But you know what else they had? But you know what else they had on that team? Quality role players. You had Danny Green. You had Rajon Rondo. You had Dwight Howard. You had what the fuck you mean? You had the same guys. You had Kyle Kuzma. You had
the same guys. Laker Nation was consistently calling.
Laker Nation calls everybody's trash.
Fucking nicknames for KCP every week.
Number one. You see what Kyle Kuzma's been doing in Washington, right? Balling. KCP consistently gets checks. You want to know why? Because he's a great. He's a stud too. he is a solid defender, and he can also hit a three. Rondo at that point in time was arguably, first of all, Rondo is arguably a Hall of Famer. At that point in time, Rondo was not washed. Rondo could still command the offense and also defend. JaVale McGee has been one of the best backup centers in the league for the past 5-6 years. Do I have to keep Danny Green again? Could hit a three and play defense. Still, now granted, that might have been on his last leg then, but he was still a very solid basketball player. They don't have any of those guys. And not to mention you had AD. Like the thing with AD, do we forget AD's been in the league 12 years with all these injuries?
12 years? That's not that long. How old is he? Like 28?
What do you mean? With all the injuries that he's had, he's been in the league
basically
like a decade at this point. So like you had so brother, you had those guys 3 years younger. You had LeBron 3 years younger. You also had a whole fucking pandemic to take 4 months off and get healthy before you went to play in front of no fans in the bubble.
Got that same rest. Everybody at all the other teams.
Listen. I did not say everybody didn't get the same rest. Then granted, this is not me trying to invalidate what the Lakers did. I'm just saying there are stark differences between that roster and the shit they put on the court right now. Stark differences. You have $120 million tied up in the people who can't shoot. What do you supposed to, if you got $120 million in if you got $120 million in 3 players, they supposed to be able to do everything.
But who could have predicted AD's jumper was going to fall off like this? I get it.
It was never good. It was never fucking good. It was AD water. You talk like this man is Dirk. When was AD Dirk?
You wasn't no damn Dirk. I never said that.
AD wasn't no fucking floor spacer.
Come on, look at some of the shots he hit in the bubble. I'm
about to go through year by year. I'm about to go through
soon. Any big you match him up with.
Wait, no, stop. No, stop. Stop. I'm about to go through year by year and tell you what AD shoot from 3. First year, 0%. Dead ass, 0%. Second year, 22. Stop talking. Stop. Stop. Second year, 22%. Year after that, he shot below 1% from 3. Year below after that, 32, 29, 34, 33, 33, 26, 18, 18. When the fuck was he?
A lot of those was probably on low volume. A lot of those early years was probably on very low volume.
It doesn't matter what volume. He can never shoot it.
The highest T. Listen,
bro,
stop.
Like, bro,
stop. The highest value.
No, can you just stop and let me finish?
The highest value.
Look, bro,
the highest value was 3.5 threes a game.
He
shot 33%. He can't shoot, bro.
My question. Let me talk. Have you ever seen a defender disrespect AD the way he got disrespected by Nurkic? That has never happened in his fucking career ever. That has never happened to Anthony Davis. They treated that nigga like he was fucking
in the bubble.
He turned his head before he even shot the ball.
Bubble.
Because he couldn't recover, bro. Because he
couldn't recover.
Because he could not fucking recover. That's why he did the shit. He knew he wasn't gonna get his fat ass back to block the 3. Fuck it, let him shoot it.
Anthony Davis is literally being disrespected. This has never happened.
AD shooting threes or dunking on you at the rim. Yes, I'm gonna let him shoot. You did me a favor.
He should be able to do both. He should be able to do both.
AD was never a shooter, bro. You talking like he Kevin Love.
AD's trajectory was supposed to be top 3 unanimous player right now. He is nowhere near that. Not even close. Him and LeBron are letting his team down.
By the way, I've also had this theory about Anthony Davis that he was swindling us in fucking New Orleans because that roster wasn't that damn bad where they should have been making the playoffs. Just want to put that out there. That roster wasn't that damn bad when he was in New Orleans. It wasn't that damn bad.
Then they beat Dame in 5 and get to the second round in like
that was 1 year.
2015?
That was 1 year. What happened the rest of the years?
I mean, Boogie died.
I've also argued that I never thought. I've also argued I never thought AD was dominant enough on offense to build a team around AD's offense. AD is a much better defensive player than what he is offensive player, in my personal opinion. Again, the Lakers defense is actually solid. It's 4th in the league. They just have a huge number 1. Even when they won, but listen, even when they won the championship, the offense wasn't incredible. But even when they won the championship, the offense wasn't incredible.
They had a top.
It was solid.
They had a 112 offensive rating. Right now, they got a 97 offensive rating. When they won the championship, they were at 100
when they won the championship, they had they had the 11th best offense in the league, third best defense.
That's above
usually, hold on, real quick. Yes. Listen, but usually when you win a ring, you're top 10 in both. Usually, unless you do something just outrageously, exceptionally well. And again, in the playoffs, especially in the finals, I thought AD had one of the greatest defensive performances I've personally ever seen somebody had. And again, the offense was solid. They still weren't a great shooting team, but the offense was solid and they played good defense. Now they're playing good defense, and the offense is awful. They have the worst offense in the league.
Terrible. I wonder why. Because the best players, LeBron,
they're averaging 25 and 26. They're averaging 25 and 26. What do you want them to do?
I want them to play to their strengths. Like young players.
And the other person you're giving 47 million. Listen, and the other person you're giving 47 million to, you have literally compromised his game because of what you have put around him.
Explain to me why young players like Evan Mobley, Zion Williamson can shoot one.
Explain to me why Russell Westbrook is averaging 10 points and shooting 28% from field.
But the bench can't exercise their strengths. You got to play to your strengths. If you're not playing to your strengths, it all trickles down to the rest of the
Lakers have no strengths on offense because, again, the reason why Zion can do what he does on offense is hold on, brother. The reason why Zion can do what he does on offense is because the paint ain't fucking clogged the whole time because B.I. can shoot. McCollum can shimmy and get his own bucket. Devontae Graham can shoot. Jonas Valanciunas shoot better than fucking AD. Literally, no, wait, real quick.
You just contradicted the hell out of yourself. You know that, right? Because how are LeBron and AD getting that 26? And if they're not shooters, how are they getting that 26 and 20? How are they getting those points? They're not getting it from jump shots, right? They go into the rim and getting those points. You got to do it more. You got to adjust. You have to. LeBron, you cannot openly go out and say you realize you have no shooters and continue to settle for threes. You can't do that. You can't have it both ways.
Listen, bro. Anthony Davis is averaging 26 points. LeBron James, at whatever age he is averaging 25 points. The other person you literally paid $47 million to is averaging 10 points, shooting 28%. It's only so much you can do, bro.
Because like LeBron, Ben Simmons, and Russell Westbrook have been struggling drastically. Those are two really good players, really good.
You want to know one of the reasons why Russell Westbrook is struggling drastically? Because even when he drives to the fucking rim, like, listen, my homie sent me a picture like, oh, how Russ smoked this layup. It's three people around him. What the fuck?
LeBron and KD have to do a better job of catering to their co-stars. KD has to do a better job of letting Ben Simmons get his. They play slow. They play iso. Well, it's not Ben Simmons' game.
I don't disagree with you.
He's going to look terrible. LeBron has to cater. He has to let go of some ball-handling opportunities. He's not doing this shit, though.
I don't disagree with you.
Bad. He's not doing it.
I don't disagree with you, but the issue is this. You're still going to need driving lanes for Russell Westbrook. So now you're still pushing Anthony Davis, who can't fucking shoot, out the paint. And you're still pushing LeBron James, who is a cool shooter, out the paint. And then you still have a wing, Patrick Beverly, who literally, he is your wing. Like, he is, like stats-wise, he's your best shooter on your team. I'm sorry. If Patrick Beverly is your best shooter on your team, it's about to get dark. You also have Lonnie Walker, whose his best strength is athleticism. So what the fuck? So like, yes, you do need to cater the Russ game more. But how can we cater the Russ game?
You have to adjust. There's
nothing to adjust, bro.
A limit instead of 43 a game, take 25. How do you go one game?
43 a game?
How do you go 10 for 40 for 3? The next thing you go 9 for 35. Like,
because
no.
You want to know why they're taking these threes? You want to know why they're taking these threes? Because they're open, bro. Because they're
no. If there's more than 10 seconds on the shot clock, you don't need to be more than 8 seconds on the shot clock. You don't need to be.
They're open, bro.
And
You're not gonna get a better shot.
Darvin Ham has been insanely disappointing so far. You talk all this shit. I watched mad podcasts on Darvin Ham about how he was going to hold people accountable in the offseason. And like, he held nobody accountable. I watched AD jog back on defense on multiple plays. I watched LeBron complain to the refs, jog back on defense. And it just has happened in all games. As the coach, you said you were going to beat this offseason. You were going to hold the better guys accountable. He's not doing that. If they're not holding anybody accountable, it's going to keep happening, and it's going to end up being a disaster of the year. And that's not the type of shit I'm trying to support as a Laker game. If that's going to continue happening, trade everybody.
I have a question.
Rebuild.
What was the lineup that you said that they ran last night? Say it again.
Which one?
Say it again. It was Patrick Beverly.
Our lineup?
No. When they went to the bench, it was Patrick Beverly, Kendrick Nunn, and who else was it?
You talking about when they had LeBron and AD on the bench? That one?
Please tell me the lineup.
It was a very tragic lineup. That's another lineup.
No. Tell me the lineup. Tell me the lineup. Say the names. Say their names. Say their names.
Bev, Reeves, Damian Jones, probably Troy Brown Jr.
What the fuck do you want me to do with that as a coach, bro? What do you want me to do with that as a coach?
I want you to fucking stagger the lineups and keep Brown and AD out there at all times. That's what I want you to do.
So basically you want them to die. You want them to go play 35 minutes and die.
That's not 45 minutes. It don't take 45 minutes
I said
for that.
35 minutes. You want them to each play 35 minutes each and die. Is what you want them.
If you want to fake Westbrook injuries and not have him on the court, yes. If Westbrook is out there,
you know he's listen. How you know
don't
he's
do
faking?
that.
How you know he's faking it? Like literally, he had a hamstring. He had a hamstring injury literally preseason.
You buying that? You buying that?
He probably hurt his hamstring.
I'm not buying that when the niggas crip walking into the stadium and stuff.
What
people
does a
with
crip walk
hamstring
have to do
injuries
with my
don't do that.
hamstring?
What do you mean?
It's not torn. It just hurts.
No, G. You not. If it hurts, you still not doing that. If you want to not play Westbrook for whatever reason, that's what you get. If Westbrook is out there, I like Westbrook because he's the only guy besides Brown who can really get real dribble penetration for the team. He can as old as he is, he can still beat people off dribble and get to the rim and make something happen. But if they don't want to play him, then it's like, damn. Like y'all supposed to. I thought they would go out there and play with extra motivation because Westbrook is not out there because of his shot selection, his body language. They say it was really bad a couple times this over the course of the 3 games he played in, which is fair. But if he's not out there, that's the time where you go out there, you can prove a point. You can prove something out. Like, okay, we gonna ball now. Like this guy that everybody, even us, everybody's saying we don't like playing with him. He's not there, so let's go out there and let's play ball. But they didn't want to do that. Now you end up with lineups like people on Twitter were saying like stuff like, "Oh, Russ was taking minutes from better players." What better players?
What better players?
Exactly. So look, you got to let Russ play. I don't know.
I agree.
The whole. I don't
disagree with you.
Me personally, I don't think it's a hamstring injury. I think it was more of like we're going to stop him type. We're going to hold him out. But it's like this team, if you like, it's not what they need. Westbrook. Westbrook helps them more than he hurts them, in my opinion.
Here's the thing with the Lakers. Like I said, it's just not a greatly constructed roster, bro. Like it's again, you have $47 million tied up in the people who all have the same deficiencies. All of them. Then that means you're already over the salary cap already. So that means you have like $10 million to fill out the rest of an NBA team with. They're just not a very good basketball team. And then they're just not a very good. They're just not a very good basketball team. Now look. Listen. I do think it will get better. Even if I do agree with you. They're in most of these games. Their defense does, for the most part, at least keep them in the games. I think that it will get better. Again, you are talking about the new coach, new system, new players. I mean, they have. Also think about the Lakers. Since they won, they've turned over the roster pretty drastically every single year. Literally, they won the championship and then traded everybody.
Yeah, that's insane.
So you have roster turnover every year. I think it will again take some time to get everything rolling. I think they will be better. I don't think they'll start off like 0-11. I think they'll be better. Even like the Portland game, they were up 8 with like 4 minutes left, proceeded to lose the lead. The Clippers game, it was tied at certain points until they lost. The Nuggets game, the first half was good. The second half, bottom fell out. But again, like I think it will get better, but at the end of the day, they don't have the roster to be able to compete on the level on a championship level. I think they can be a play-in team. I think they could be, the 7th to 10th seed and maybe have a first round exit. But again, with this roster currently constructed, yes, I agree. They don't use Russell Westbrook correctly. I've been saying that shit forever. I was saying it last year. But at the same time, with the roster construction that you have, it's like, bro, even like, okay, let's say even if you use Russ correctly, that means LeBron still, for the most part, has to either take 8 threes or has to dive to the rim a lot. That means Anthony Davis still has to be pushed somewhat away from the basket or dive to the rim a lot, which, again, you dive into the rim from that far out, that's still how AD gets hurt. A lot of running around, a lot of way to sprain an ankle and things like that. Also, teams know they can, again, pack the paint because they don't trust the Lakers to be able to shoot. So it's just like, again, the roster construct. Like I said, the best hope that the Lakers have is defend like hell and get out in transition. That's the best hope that they have to be a solid basketball team. And again, so far they do have the 4th. And again, so far, allegedly, they do have the 4th best defense.
They aren't doing that.
I'm just saying.
Considering
Listen, I'm just saying. The numbers say that they got the fourth best defense. I don't know how, but the numbers say got the fourth best defense. Also, when I do watch them, they do like play hard. They do defend with passion. Again, you talking about the game yesterday in Denver. Obviously, you know the altitude. Denver people sometimes get. I'm just. Hey man,
trying to make all these excuses.
Listen, man. Listen, man. It's early in the season.
Yeah, right out
Obviously,
of
guys
list of excuses.
No, listen,
Right
it's early
out
in
the
the
list.
season. Obviously, guys are still working their way back. Again, at least when I watch the Lakers, I don't see them just completely giving up like I saw them last year. I do think it will get better. It might get worse before it gets better, but I do think it will get better in LA, in my personal opinion. But again, they have to keep defending like hell. Keep defending like hell. Because the offense just...
Everything you said is fair. The roster construction is not good. This is not you look up top and down this roster. It's not a bunch of elite guys who shoot the ball well. But that just gives no excuse for what we saw last night and a lot of the jogging back on defense and a lot of the turnovers and a lot of everything. If your two best players are giving up on the team, which they clearly did last night, this man LeBron had 9 points heading into the fourth quarter. 9 points when we was down. 9 points heading into the fourth quarter. You got 9. You're not attacking. Why do you have 9 points? Why? What's going on here?
Joe,
you have
he's 38 years old. He's probably gonna have some nights in which he does that.
I think we're wasting time talking about the wrong person.
Who should
we
be
need to be talking about the greatness that is Giannis Antetokounmpo and how he is currently better than LeBron ever was in his career.
Not gonna go that far yet.
At this point in time, he is better than LeBron ever was. Yes, he is.
Not gonna go that far.
At this point in time, he's better than LeBron ever was.
Not gonna go that far.
He is. He's a better defender. He's unstoppable getting to the rim. He got a mid-range now. He can hit a three now. There's nowhere on the floor where you can defend him.
2013, Bron still better than
No, he's not better. No, he's not better than Giannis. You're lying to yourself.
I'm not lying to myself.
You're lying to yourself, but I feel you. No, I'm not. Even the way he destroyed Ben Simmons the other night. 2-time All-NBA defender Ben Simmons. He annihilated that man, called him a child on the court.
But can we also talk about I do think you talk about, but I also think when we talk about Ben Simmons, forgetting two things. One, he is coming off fucking back surgery. Ben Simmons actually is coming off. I know it was so much was made about the fact he was sitting out. I was somebody who believed that he was sitting out because he was actually hurt. Ben Simmons also is coming off back surgery. He hasn't played in a year. I also wonder if the back surgery is maybe taking away some of his athleticism. Granted, it is extremely early in the season, but I wonder if the back surgery has taken away some of the Ben Simmons that we previously saw. I think a little bit too much is being made about Ben Simmons' play or lack thereof play. I don't think he's playing that bad.
You don't think Ben Simmons is playing that bad? The man who fouled out twice in 4 games.
No,
I think he's doing his role. His role is to rebound, assist. I think he needs to be more offensively aggressive. And even you heard Kyrie screaming at him, shoot the ball.
He does need to be more aggressive.
Yeah, but use all 6 fouls. He's a defender. That's what you want a defender to do.
You want your best defender to foul out twice in 4 games.
No, but you want him to. But who the fuck else is defending on the fucking Nets?
What is the logic behind that?
Who else on the Nets is helping him out defensively? Answer the question.
Royce O'Neal.
Man, you talking about throwaways.
Royce O'Neal.
Throwaways in the trade.
Royce O'Neal was on the team with the 4-time defensive. Royce O'Neal was on the team. Royce O'Neal was the 4-time defensive player of the year. No. Well, was played with the 4-time defensive player of the year and never even got considered for an all defensive team. Do you know how hard that is to do?
Got considered? He never got considered.
Do you know how hard that is to do?
You might have got a vote for defensive team. I wouldn't deny him getting at least a vote or two for a defensive team. All defensive second team. He probably got some votes.
4 times, and he never made an all defensive team, and he was known as being a defender.
He's a good wing defender. He's not. Do you not?
He's solid. He's okay.
I watched a couple of Jazz games.
Did we watch the compilation when Jalen Brunson was doing a number on that man?
Nope. Nobody is targeting Royce O'Neal.
You don't want to talk about these facts.
Nobody is targeting Royce O'Neal on defense. Ben Simmons has been extremely.
Why does your generation have an agenda against Ben Simmons?
That's why Thomas put Ben Simmons' ass on the trade block in the sleeper league because he's fucking trash.
No, you don't want him. But who else did I put? Who else did I put on the trade block in the sleeper league?
Draymond Green.
Okay, then. So I don't want to hear that. Is Draymond trash? Is Draymond trash? Is Draymond trash with his 6, 6, and 6? Or 6, 6, and 7. Sorry.
For the most part, yes, sir. In fantasy, yes, sir.
It's not true. He got games where he'll still give you 40. But my point about Ben Simmons ain't got nothing to do with Draymond Green. I'm dropping Ben Simmons because if he is still trying to get his rhythm back and ailing, I need to win some goddamn games. And he ain't the problem. He is not the problem. Their lack of a coach, and their coach is my favorite NBA player of all time. It's Steve Nash 1, D Wade 2, Michael Jordan 3 for me. In terms of my favorite players. So, but he's terrible as a coach. He's an awful coach. He is not a good coach. His rotations are terrible. Hey. He looks like Mike D'Antoni if Mike D'Antoni didn't know what he was doing.
He wasn't even that. You see how mad he was? He wasn't even that mad when he got sticked up by the Suns.
No, I'm serious. He literally looks like Mike D'Antoni if Mike D'Antoni didn't know how to coach.
I'm not mad at that. The Nets got to make some adjustments. They got to do something.
To me, Darvin Ham has not done anything differently with this Lakers team than they did last year.
Yeah, I held Darvin Ham accountable. He talked the offseason about how he would hang the big guys accountable, and he hasn't been doing that. It's very clear.
And also, Ben is not a shooter, bro. He gonna play within 15 feet of the rim. Are there offensive opportunities within 15 feet of the rim for Ben Simmons that are not in transition? You cannot really say that there are.
Like LeBron, KD needs to change the gameplay up so he can cater to those guys, get them going.
No, KD is not the guy that needs to adjust. Their coach needs to adjust.
It has a lot to do with Kevin Durant.
Their coach. How is you still running the same system? How is you still running the same system?
What do you mean? Play a little faster. You gotta be able to.
KD and Kyrie not really transition players though.
Yeah, they're not really. They're not guys that are going to run up and down the floor.
KD is also 34 years old.
They are isolation wing players who can drive.
So you're saying it's a wrap and it's not going to work. Ben Simmons is broken. It won't work then. Is that what
no, I never. What did that come? Well, sir, what did that come out of my mouth, sir?
It sounds like look.
I said, what does your generation have against Ben Simmons?
I fuck with Ben Simmons. He just tries to.
You don't sound like it.
I'm being real. I got to keep it a being. He's not been a good basketball player these first couple games of the season.
I disagree with that.
I don't think.
I think he hasn't been his normal self. But if you ain't played basketball in 400 days, I wouldn't expect you to come back and instantly be good. Even when you look at a player like Kawhi Leonard in the season at which he missed a bunch of games and came back. I believe the game he came back was versus Dallas. He played 16 minutes. Even now, Kawhi Leonard is coming off of injury. He's coming off the bench right now. Ben Simmons is in the starting lineup, coming off back surgery, expected to execute at a starter level when he probably does not have starter rhythm. That's the entire reason why the Clippers have Kawhi Leonard coming off the bench. Is Kawhi Leonard not playing up to his potential because he's coming off the bench? No, they're easing him back into things and making sure that he is able to be himself wholly. The Nets are under pressure because their best two players wanted to get traded. And they traded for Ben Simmons. And they realized that his back was actually messed up and that it wasn't a mental thing with him. And rather than working him back in, bringing him off the bench, letting him build up his confidence, letting him play with players that want to run in transition and running offensive sets that have those guys in there, all they're doing is doing the same thing they did last year, but just putting Ben Simmons in the middle and saying, guard everybody now. That's not going to work. That's not going to work.
Kawhi Leonard is also 10 years older than Ben Simmons. We speak on that. I've seen Ben Simmons smoke layups.
Back injuries ain't ruined careers. Back injuries ain't ruined careers. Back injuries ain't ruined careers.
10 years older than that man. So
has back injuries not ruined people's careers?
I don't care how much of a defensive player you are. Should not be fouling out in 30 minutes of basketball play. That's dirty.
All right. Okay. I got an example for him. I got an example for everybody. Stop talking. Let me talk. I got a perfect example. Perfect example for you. You've been hooping with your high school, comrades that you coach and that you're helping to educate and bring up, right? You hoop with them all the time, right? You developed a real good rhythm, right? No, you developed a real good rhythm with your guys, right? You talking to all about, oh man, me and Eli, we going out there, I've been hooping up. Show people your motherfucking foot. Show these niggas your foot. No, show these people your motherfucking foot. And then you tell me when you get your black ass back out there on that motherfucking pickup basketball court, you gonna instantly play like you did before your foot was 6 times its normal size from you injuring it playing basketball. What are you talking about? It's been 5 games. It's been 5 games. Your team ain't won a game. You should have been talking about Ben Simmons.
Act like Ben Simmons didn't have training camp and have all this other shit that he had to prepare for this.
Yeah, but come on,
bro.
Joe, you can't simulate actual NBA action, bro. But you can't simulate actual NBA action.
Games are not NBA basketball, my brother.
I'm not saying it's the same, G, but that don't excuse you fouling out in 25 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm not like get this nigga past for getting 5 points and fouling out and smoking layups and all of the above and looking like a damn liability on offense. That's just, I'm sorry, G. Why are you here?
Look. Hold on. Wait. You're still talking shit about him, and guess what he's shooting from the field?
And 9.
Huh? Guess who's shooting higher from the field? Kevin Durant or Ben Simmons? I know. Answer the question.
It's probably Kevin Durant.
To score 6 points?
It's probably Kevin Durant.
By 5%. By 5%. Ben Simmons is still stop and let me finish. Ben Simmons is still shooting 47% from the field, brother.
Who cares about percentages when you got 6?
Bro, he's taking 5 shots a game. He was taking 10 when he was healthy.
If you're getting 6 points, you better shoot 70%.
Brother, you crazy as hell. Come on, G. You tweaking,
but also,
bro. He's taking 5 shots a game. I'm finna read his shots per game for his entire career. 12.3, 12.2, 11.4, 10.1. This year, five shots a game. How can you get a rhythm taking 5 shots a game coming off of back surgery?
That's what I've been saying for years because Tabby always tried to use him. Ben Simmons don't bring the ball up. He initiates the offense. Go be aggressive. Get to the rim.
He is the point guard. He's the goddamn point guard.
Joe.
He's still averaging 7.5 assists.
Joe.
He is the point. Joe. A point guard. No, stop. I can see you talking about his scoring. He's still averaging 7.5 assists.
A couple things, guys. 2 things. Couple
things. And the team as a whole is not playing well. Steph Curry is on. No, stop. Steph Curry, who's supposed to be the shooter, is not out there shooting. I heard literally the other night they said, man, Royce O'Neal is on fire. It's like he couldn't miss. I ain't never heard nobody say Royce O'Neal on fire and couldn't miss.
You bring the ball up court, you make $32 million. I'm going to need more than 7.2 assists.
Who averaged more assists right now, him or Jalen Brunson?
Too much to ask.
Who averaged more assists right now, Ben Simmons or Jalen Brunson? No, it's not Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson averages 6.7 assists. Shut your ass up. He doing his goddamn job. Give him some opportunities to score. You're not giving him any opportunities to score. 10 shots a game is not an opportunity to score.
We ain't better basketball than Ben Simmons, and it should not close. The Knicks are 3-1. Julius Randle was balling. That team is balling.
Okay. I take that back. Jalen Brunson was averaging 6.7 a game ago. He got a bunch of assists now. It's up to 8.5. But Jalen Brunson was averaging less assists per game than Ben Simmons.
Everybody
He's still
stop.
doing his job. He's just not scoring.
Hold on, wait. Because again, with the Nets, Ben Simmons is coming off back surgery. He's working his way back in. I think Ben Simmons in February will look a lot different than Ben Simmons does right now. We are still doing our way too early analyzation of a lot of these teams. Also with the Nets, as Thomas brought up, Seth Curry is one of the best shooters actually in NBA history, is not on the court yet. He's still hurt. Joe Harris, who's also one of the best shooters probably in the league, he's also just working his way back from ankle surgery in NBA history.
One of his years of 3-point field goal percentage was one of the highest in history.
He's also working his way back from injury. So, and then also, again, one of the other issues with the Nets still is size. They still really don't have that much size. Nick Claxton is the biggest person they have, and he's still a very lean guy. If you even look at a lot of things yesterday, even when they played the Bucks, when Giannis decided, I'm just going to run to the paint, they had nobody who could do anything with him. Even they didn't have anybody who could even offer any type of resistance. Giannis was bigger than they centers. Giannis was bigger than their centers. They had nobody who even looked like he could even match up anything outside of Ben Simmons, who literally hasn't played basketball in a year and is coming off of back surgery.
Like, G, have you seen Giannis in person, Joe?
Not in person, no.
It's a huge human being.
Have you seen him in person yet, Pavi?
Yeah, I walked right past him.
Okay.
What about Ben Simmons?
Humongous human being.
He
literally looks like a human form of a horse.
No, not really. Ben Simmons
is not humongous.
Not really,
bro.
Ben
Not as
Simmons is
big
not
and
as
as
big as
strong as
Giannis.
Giannis.
Nah, he don't look like Giannis.
As
bro.
big and as strong as Giannis.
He don't look like Giannis, bro.
As big, he's there
He
somewhat.
don't, he
You on
don't
that
look like
booger
Giannis.
sugar.
He don't look like
Running
Giannis.
ass motherfucker. Number one pick, $32 million a year. Get to the rim, bully some people, and dunk on their ass.
Also,
for once.
That's not
hold on,
who
wait,
he is.
hold on. Also, again, as Thomas
And
brought
I
up,
was wrong when I said he was gonna be better than LeBron. I can admit that.
also as Thomas brought up, Steve Nash is a war criminal. Steve Nash, for whatever, like granted, I do like when he adds the little like handoff plays that he'll sometimes run, or they'll have Kyrie come off and like he'll do like
handoff plays.
Not for real. Like they'll have Kyrie come off like a little double pin down. They'll have Ben like handing the ball off and also like set a screen. But again, too many times with the Nets, when things go to hell, they just start dribbling and Kyrie and KD just start shooting. And if they don't make the shot, and again, KD is not 26 years old anymore. You're 34. You are not as fast as you once used to be. Also, wings are way more young and athletic than what they were when you came in. People could actually contest your shots. I knew it was quiet when Al Horford was contesting his shots in the playoffs. That shit should never happen. Al Horford was on that man. So again, too many times with the Nets, when things go to hell and they don't run no more offense, they just start isoing.
That's true. I can't be mad. They gotta adjust. You gotta be able to cater to all three of your best players. The Lakers are failing to do so, and Brooklyn is failing to do so. If they don't make adjustments, they're gonna be at the bottom of the conference. It's just that simple.
You have to stop it. The Nets, like Kevin Durant could miss the rest of the season, and the Nets will still be way fucking better than the Lakers.
Yeah, they're not.
All right, because you know what they can fucking do. You know what they can fucking do. They have shooters.
That's not necessary.
And their shooters have shooters. They have four. They have four bona fide shooters in their rotation. Actually,
who can score in the paint like Anthony Davis on that Nets team? Nobody can dominate the paint like Anthony Davis.
When he ain't Davis
don't even dominate the paint.
When he not ailing,
Anthony Davis don't even dominate the
paint.
Anthony Davis.
I'm pretty sure he's top in points per game this season. That's where he get all his
dominate. He doesn't dominate.
24 points. He's getting 24 points a game in the paint.
He's not dominating the paint. Anthony Davis shoot mad jump shots, brother. Anthony Davis be shooting mad. Anthony Davis be shooting mad 15-footers, my brother.
Does get come from the paint though. Those are all paint. If he just cut off the jumpers.
Let's go ahead. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. I actually got it. Let me see. Let me share this tab.
Ja probably got more points in the paint than AD.
All right, here we go.
Ja is a fucking outlier,
Boom.
bro. He's
Can
like,
y'all see it?
Yeah,
hold on one second. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this Anthony Davis has shot 52.7% overall and 18.2% from three in the first 4 games of the season. Look at this shot chart.
Who's shooting at the rim better than besides fucking John Morant, who's like the best fucking paint finisher in the league? That's the Nets don't have nobody who can score in the paint like that. That's unique. That's talent. That's like you're that guy type shit. You just gotta do it more often. Get your ass off the fucking the fucking top of the key. Get your ass from all them spots and get your ass in the paint. And you might as well start Damian Jones if you're the Lakers, because if AD not spacing the floor, you might as well throw Damian Jones.
You do not want to start Damian Jones,
bro. You gotta stop. You like for real.
You're
on here committing war crimes right now, brother.
Not want to start
with these slanderous lies,
brother. But moving
anyway.
on. But real quick, moving on. I do want to.
By the way, the chat agreed with me and Pavi, and they definitely did not agree with you.
I do want to move on. I do want to move on to another team who I actually think only has one win yet. That is the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers, if I'm not mistaken, are 1-4. They've pretty much lost to every good team they played so far. Granted, very early, but they pretty much lost to every good team they've played so far. People haven't been the most impressed with Joel Embiid's performance. I even said last time, I don't know if Embiid and Harden will ever have moments in which they get off at the same time. What is wrong with the Philadelphia 76ers? Do you think, obviously, I think we all think, regardless of everything, there'll be a playoff basketball team. But do you think that this team, as currently constructed, can at least be a legitimate contender?
I will say no, and I will tell you why. Joel spent this time so eloquently, philosophically waxing about Anthony Davis's ability to shoot. Giannis is shooting 10% better than him from the field, averaging way more points. But the other problem is when you look at a guy like Joel Embiid, when you look at Joel Embiid right now is 47% in the he's 47th in the league right now, and field goal percentage at 52.2. You're not going to win with him not shooting near 60%, because then that means that he's on the perimeter dribbling or hezzy-ing or shimmying or fading away, rather than doing what Giannis, like, people can say what they want to about Giannis, but he realized once he won that championship, if I just put my head down and go through their bodies, I'm either going to get an offensive foul call or I'm going to get a foul call, or they're just going to move the fuck out of the way because they don't want to get annihilated. And what you see time and time again now, especially now, because before what he used to do when he hit his spin move, he would come back into it with his head and his shoulder down. So he would get a lot of offensive foul calls. He still gets them. But now what he does, rather than going straight into the spin move, is he'll hit you with a hezzy dribble or a head fake, then get you going one way, then hit you with the spin. And by the time he's spent and you recover, you're either going to be out of position or you're so on his body that when you bump into him, it's not going to be called a foul. Like if you watch the way he was playing against the Nets, or if you watch the way he's been playing all this year, he switched up the way that he goes about doing his spin move. Before, he would just get it from the top of the key, try to Euro, or he would just run straight to the rim and try to spin, and then he would get blocked by a wall of people. Now he going with a move first, hit you with the move, then he going to go full throttle into the spin. Or he go full throttle to the spin, head fake, and then come up. He wasn't doing that before. He was just straight going through people's body. Joel Embiid spends the majority of his time out on the perimeter. It's atrocious. It's sad to see, to be honest. And I can blame Doc Rivers all I want to, but if he's going to pound the ball away from 15 feet and out when he's bigger than every other human being in the NBA other than Rudy Gobert, they're not going to win.
Couple things with the Sixers. Yes, I agree with that. And like I said, if Jokic can shoot 62%, there's no reason Joel Embiid should be always around 48%. Joel Embiid, if you look at every great center, like I said, who has won, they're all about 53, 55, 56. The greatest ones are about almost 60%. So, like I said, I think so many times we think of we think of Joel Embiid. I think the name of Joel Embiid is becoming bigger and better than actual Joel Embiid. But also, to be fair to also Joel Embiid, if you look at the roster construction for the Sixers, number one, Harden doesn't like to spot up shoot. So if Harden has the ball and you pass it to Embiid, Harden, once the ball leaves Harden's hands, he's out to play. Completely out to play. So I don't think that pairing of them work well together. Even when you look at the pick and roll, it doesn't look like it's fluid. Like they don't run the pick and roll like they're John Stockton and Karl Malone.
You know why?
It doesn't
very
look
simple.
fluid.
One guy is running the pick and roll, and they're both supposed to dive to the rim and roll, and then depending upon which defender gets left with the picker or whatever, throw the ball to him. They're both running to the 15-foot marker on the pick and roll. Or Harden is running to the rim and B stopping at the 50. Like, look at this shot chart, bro. His shot chart is way worse than Anthony Davis. Most Anthony Davis stuff was in here. All of this stuff is like, these are all jumpers. Everything around here is all jumpers. Everything outside of the hash mark really are all jump shots. How the fuck you gonna be effective with your big man in a pick and roll when he's shooting all these goddamn jumpers? You basically running a pick and pop at the 15-foot marker. Like, what are you doing? That's why he not rolling to the basket. When is the last time you seen Joel Embiid in a pick and roll where he ran to the basket and just got an easy lob and a dunk? I can't even remember that.
I saw one. I think it was in like the first game, but it was like very scarred. And again, granted, I'm not saying I watch the Sixers every single day because I don't. But again, like I said, I don't think we'll ever see times in which we see both of them getting off at the same time. Granted, I do like how Harden has been playing offensively. Defensively, Harden still has his deficiencies. Be looking like he ain't even out there trying sometimes. I like how Tyrese Maxey is playing. I think Tyrese Maxey had a chance to be the most improved player. But then again, also when I look at Tobias Harris, they're paying Tobias Harris too much money to not get the absolute best out of Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is getting paid all that money. You getting 12 points on 10 shots. You got to use Tobias Harris more. He's getting paid too much money for you not to use him more. Or
he's not good.
Or wait, listen.
He's not good. Let's be honest about him. Let's be honest about him. He's mediocre. He's very mediocre.
He better than 12 points though.
No, he's not.
16.
How long have I been telling you that Tobias Harris is not that
good? At least
good?
16.
I've been telling, but how long have I been saying, yo, Tobias Harris is not really that good?
But I don't think that he is as bad as you make him out to be. I think that he doesn't get utilized correctly sometimes in this Philadelphia 76ers offense. I also think that if you aren't going to get the best out of him offensively, then he needs to play all NBA level type defense. Not saying he will make a team, but he needs to be he needs to be at least the second or third best defender on this team. Also with defense,
is Tobias Harris a shooter to you?
I think he can shoot, but I wouldn't say he's a shooter. I wouldn't say he's a shooter, but I do think he can shoot.
That's fair. I agree with that.
Currently he's shooting 41% on.
He needs to be traded. I agree with whoever said it in the comments. They need to trade him.
I can agree with that.
I think he is the problem. I think you need to let Maxey and Harden run and transition when they're in the game, and they need someone who's much more of a better screen setter and also more physical at the rim. Now, I don't know who out there is available, but to me, they need a better option at power forward. He's not a good power forward in today's NBA. He's just not. He wasn't that great. He wasn't that great of a small forward. He was still like arguably a top 10 small forward. If you're not top 10, you're kind of really good on the guy. Like at this point, I take Jetty Osman over Tobias Harris.
Take CD Osman? No, we're not doing that.
I take Isaac Okoro over Tobias Harris.
No, we're not doing that either.
I don't know about that, brother. I don't know about that. I take Herb Jones.
Oh,
hell, you would. He's going to go down as one of the greatest defenders in NBA history.
Yeah, like I'll take Herb. I'm not going with Isaac Okoro and history. I can't know. The Cavs would very much love to have Tobias Harris on their basketball team. Trust me. They would have very much loved to have Tobias Harris.
No, they would not. 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 You have Evan Mobley, and him and Evan Mobley play the same damn position.
No, they don't. Tobias Harris can play small forward. They have fucking Laurie Marketing playing small forward.
Tobias is a trash small forward. Did you not just hear what I just said? I just said that.
They had Laurie Marketing playing
and you clearly see that he is not a 3. He is a 4, as evidenced by him averaging 20 and 8 this year at the 4.
Bro, no, Laurie's playing the 3. They have Kelly Olynyk playing the 4, and they have Jared Vanderbilt literally playing center. Laurie's still playing the 3. If you look at the depth chart, Laurie is literally playing the 3.
I'm about to look at it.
He's just
Larry Bird. Hey, Larry Bird. He's just crazy, boy.
He's just playing better because he has more opportunity out there in Utah right now, and also Mike Conley looking for him getting the ball. But I do want to talk about the Jazz are way too early surprise teams. Who have been
playing small forward?
Tells you who because
I played them. They haven't gotten Colin Sexton back.
Well, no, they did. Then he got hurt again like yesterday. Way too early. Surprise teams. I think the Jazz are somewhat fool's gold, not because I don't think they can keep this up. I just think that eventually they're going to trade everybody. Eventually. So I think the Jazz are somewhat fool's gold, but I think for Utah, what you want to see is that the scheme you have in place works. Again, like even let's say you do get to draft Wembanyama, right? He can play a Lowry type role. Now he gonna do it way fucking better than Lowry Marketing. I'm assuming he would, but he can play a Lowry type role, so you can kind of run kind of the same kind of like again, like let's say next year you keep Colin Sexton, you keep Wemby, you keep Olynyk, you keep Vanderbilt.
They're not getting Wembanyama, by the way. You think the NBA is gonna let the best prospect they done had since LeBron go to Utah? You out of your damn mind.
I have no idea.
At least on the East Coast markets, people on the East Coast can watch them. Utah, who the fuck watching Utah Jazz games around the world? Nobody. He's not going there. He's not going there.
Okay, whatever. I'm just saying if you just want to see that what you have works. So the Jazz are kind of fool's gold to me. But one team I have been very surprised by, obviously, unfortunately, Dang got hurt today, is Portland.
I said on the preseason pod.
Portland looks nice.
Now, on the preseason pod. Yep. Now,
granted, I don't think Portland would be some type of playoff threat, but I do think that Portland is setting themselves up for future success as long as Dame. And I think they'll give Dame a chance to age gracefully. Like with Anthony Simons, I think Anthony Simons is a little bit more dynamic than CJ. Shaedon Sharpe, I love Shaedon Sharpe. Jeremy Grant, I love Jeremy Grant and Shaedon Sharpe are the wings that they have been needing in Utah for the past.
Don't sleep on Josh Hart. Josh Hart is also amazing.
Facts.
Josh Hart is playing great basketball in the Portland.
He's playing great basketball.
He puts the pace. He fills the stat sheet too. He gets you points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. He's everywhere on the court. But yeah, I pointed the Blazers out in the preseason podcast. I really like what they did in the offseason. And also, Simons, like you say, he's a lot more dynamic than CJ. There's been multiple times this year, the Blazers started off 4-1. where teams will blitz Dame to get the ball out of his hands, and he just with no problem he would just give this right off to Simons, and Simons get you the bucket you need in the clutch. This is a
did
really
you see the other game? The game when he had like 25 in the quarter when he was on literal fire against Denver.
Yeah, I did. Simons is really good. Jeremy Grant, outstanding pickup. He's playing defense on the wing. He can attack from the wing. He can even knock down an open 3-pointer. Nurkic is holding down the paint. But yes, like you said, Shane Sharp is making his regressions as a rookie. He's doing this thing out there. He's athletic. But yeah, there's no surprise to me. I pointed this out in the preseason pod. The Blazers are really that team. Talked about the Jazz earlier. The Jazz. Every year we pretty much have young team. I think every year there's always a young team that gets up to a really good start because people aren't really expecting much of them, and the expectations aren't that high. Scouting reports aren't out yet. Obviously, I expect the Jazz to eventually fall off a cliff, but right now they are that team because they're playing together. You get a surprising. I don't think anybody expected Lauri Markkanen as much as you are a fan of Lauri. I don't think anybody expected him to be this good. He's out there killing. He's getting at least. I'm not sure about his exact number, but I'm pretty sure he's up in the 20s. He's killing. Clarkson, they're playing good team ball. There's no egos there right now. Energy Solutions Arena has always been one of the most toughest places to play in the league. Shout out to the Utah Jazz Stars. However long this rides, they'll be a top team for maybe another week or two before they fall off a cliff. But I'll be going to enjoy it as it goes because a lot of teams weren't expecting much of them. They beat some legit teams too. They knocked out the Timberwolves. They knocked off who else did the Jazz beat? They knocked off
Pelicans.
the Timberwolves.
Pelicans, obviously. I think Zion out and with her, they beat the Pelicans. They're gonna beat the Lakers. They're gonna beat the Lakers. It's gonna happen. They're gonna beat the Lakers. We could bet it up. I think they beat the Nuggets, if I'm not mistaken, as well. The first game of the season. So the Jazz having quality wins. Also, another team. I wouldn't say they're a surprise team because obviously I think we all expect them to be good, but how they're doing it, the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant's the best show in basketball right now. Ja Morant is the best show in basketball right now. And
Ja Morant, tell me. Morant about to make you walk back your American MVP takes.
He might. Ja Morant is the best. Ja Morant is the best show in basketball right now. I actually think this year he'll probably stay healthy because of the way he's playing the game. I also think he got much stronger. Like he looked like he got a lot stronger just even off this offseason. Like you can't really tell like body wise, but like he looks like he put in a lot of work in the gym and got stronger. Also, Desmond Bane. I had said that I thought that they could use another scorer.
The sniper.
Desmond Bane is going to play the way Desmond Bane has been playing recently. No, they don't. No, they don't. They also do things where they free Ja up to be less of a point guard and more of just a scorer. And he's shooting 54%, and his 3-pointer has also improved too. Like when I say he needs to work on shooting off the dribble, his 3-pointer has also actually improved. Like I don't think he's a sniper or something like that, but his 3-pointer has legitimately improved.
You talking about Ja or Bane?
Yeah, Ja. And again, they just to me seem to be very like plug and play. Like even okay, Jaren Jackson goes down. Okay, just throw Brandon Clark out there, he can play. They have another 4-man. I can't remember. Let me go find his name. The other 4, I think he is Middle Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. I think where's Grizzlies. Here we are. Grizzlies. I'm definitely gonna pronounce this wrong. Sati Alamanda.
Oh, yeah. I know you talking about.
Yeah, like he's plug and play. He's giving you he's giving you 12 and 7. Like they just have a very deep, good, well-balanced team. And again, if it like I said, I think we all thought they would be good, but how they're doing it, I'm kind of shocked and pleasantly surprised by how they're doing it. Also, the fucking New York Knicks.
Yes, that's what I was going to Yes. Can I start off all the Randall haters? Shut your ass up. Randall haters, shut your ass up. Randall is starting off averaging 28 and 1.2. So he's leading the team in points, rebounds, and
he's not averaging 28 points per game.
No, I said 28, like 8 rebounds.
Oh, okay. All right.
Basically, 8.8 rebounds. But yeah, the Knicks are playing some good basketball. Brunson has hit the floor running, hit the ground running in New York. Living up to his contract. A lot of people question him getting, I'm pretty sure, 100 M's over like 3 years. A lot of people questioned it. You're living up to it so far. You're getting 20 from Randall. You get 20 from Brunson. You're getting 17 from RJ Barrett.
RJ needs to play better, though. RJ needs to play better. RJ,
I'm not mad at that. He definitely needs to play better. And that raises us still even more. If RJ plays to what he can be, that raises us still even more. Also, you got Cam Reddish.
Cam Reddish is showing signs of life.
I didn't think Thibodeau would have him in the rotation. But he came out there first night, opening. He's some really big shots, clutch shots. He's out there giving you 10 points a game off the bench in 20 minutes. So if they can continue this, the Knicks can shock some people. Hopefully they can finish the top 7, top 6 seed. That would be amazing for the city of New York. But so far, the Randall haters and everybody saying trade Randall and this won't work, this, that, ain't not looking too good for y'all so far. Julius Randle is one of the better power forwards in the league, and this team can really make some noise heading forward, most definitely.
Yeah, man. So like I said, I think the Knicks will be a playoff team. And again, like I said, I think for the Knicks, all you want to do is be what the Bulls were last year. If you can do that, you have succeeded. Inject some excitement back into the Knicks. It looks like the Knicks have been searching for a point guard since when was the last time the Knicks had a good point guard? Stephon Marbury. I want to say the Knicks have been searching for a point guard literally since then. I mean, they had the Jeremy Lin thing for like 2 weeks.
Not rocking with Jeremy Lin. Raymond Felton one time, he was holding it down.
He was okay, but like, come on. He was Raymond Felton was okay, but like seriously,
he was holding it down. But I feel you. Okay.
But yeah, and then, because I look at everybody, I see some records like Wizards 3-1, but I don't necessarily think that's gonna stay that way. I do appreciate how the Suns have come out though. I do appreciate how the Suns have come out. They look like they actually sometimes give Aiden the ball. Sometimes now, again, I think if I'm not mistaken, I did see Suns Clippers in which they really weren't giving Aiden the ball that day. But still, even the Warriors game, I think he had 15 and 15. Sometimes they make a little more of a concerted effort to give him the ball, which me, for somebody who's been screaming at give Aiden the ball for years, I'm thankful for that.
I mean, you don't have much of a choice. It seems like Chris Paul's production has fell off a cliff this season. It seems like this might be that year where it's like, damn.
It should, though.
That's fair. It should. But it's like you kind of don't have a choice now. It's like Chris Paul's not giving us this. Damian Lee has been a great accusation for the Suns. He hit the most insane game winner I've ever seen in my life. He hit the most. That just had me shook for like an hour. So I was just thinking about that shit. Like, imagine your team lose off a contested Damian Lee game winner from the wing. That was wild. But they've gotten great minutes from Damian Lee so far to start the season. That's good for them. And Devin Booker has been absolutely exceptional. 32 points a game so far this year. I think he's really separating. I think this season he's going for that title as the unanimous best.
Yes. I will. Yes, the way it's trending, I would no longer say Zach LaVine is better than Devin Booker.
Oh my God!
The way it's trending, I will give Devin Booker. I will literally give Devin Booker his props as the best 2 guard in the league. I will no longer say Zach LaVine. Devin Booker continues to get better and better every year. Zach, even though he's good, I don't think. Granted, obviously, Zach had knee surgery in the offseason. I'm sure he's still working his way back, but I think Zach LaVine is what Zach LaVine is going to be. Devin Booker still continues to get better. I still think he's 2022 Allen Houston, but he continues to get better and better and better and better and better and better and better. And I must respect that. One last team before I end this segment is the Toronto Raptors. I like the Toronto Raptors. I'm not necessarily shocked by what they're doing, but I do think the Raptors will be a very annoying foe for somebody in the playoffs. Like if they end up playing, like, I don't know, Brooklyn, oh my God, they might go home in the first round again.
Yeah, Toronto, they're always, Toronto Raptors, one of the most pretty much outstanding franchise, well coached, and they know how to find talent. Shout out to them. And Siakam is all having, we all expect him to pretty much be their best player, but he's having a pretty outstanding year so far this year. Siakam, even they're good so far this year, despite the fact that Scottie Barnes hasn't really gotten loose yet. I expect much more from Scottie Barnes following down the season. If you're in the fantasy, I guess Scottie Barnes will be considered a buy low candidate. He's injured. I think he's injured right now, and he hasn't been playing all that well. But yeah, the top to bottom, the Raptors are a really good team. Gary Trent giving them really good minutes, playing 40 minutes a game, giving you production. But yeah, when you're well coached like they are, Siakam is coming out. He's averaging 25 points.
Yeah.
I don't think we all know Siakam is one of the better probably forwards in the league, but I don't think anybody expected 25. That's insane.
25.
Gary Trent is literally averaging 20 so far. Very early. You're getting 15 from Van Fleet, only 14 from Barnes, which I said we expect more. I think even OG can be better. He's only giving you 12 so far to start. Boucher is really good at 11. But yeah, this team top to bottom is a well-coached team. I don't think anybody, if you ever go, especially going into, I'm not sure what the arena name, I forgot. But you're going to Toronto.
Scottish Bank Arena, something like that. Scottish Bank.
But if you're going into Toronto, you shouldn't be expecting anything easy there. That team, they're going to play hard, and they're well-coached every night. One thing I expect about them is they'll have a different game plan for every superstar you see. You might see a boxing one from Steph one night. Next night,
For
you
sure.
might see a consistent double on Giannis. You might see something weird. Nick Nurse keeps them in position, and they got guys who play hard, shoot. They give you everything you need from a modern day NBA basketball team, even though they might not have the talent just yet. But I still think Scottie Barnes has a level of untapped potential, and I'm not sure if he'll get there this year. If he gets there this year, they can make a lot more noise than what people think they can. This is going to depend on him. Was he the rookie of the year last year, or was he second?
He
He was
was.
rookie.
Nah,
He won it, right?
Yeah. He won it.
Yeah, he got
He
it.
won
Yeah.
it over
Barnes
Mobley.
started rookie of the year last year. Yeah, it was a very close race, but I think he has a level of untapped potential. If he gets there this year, right now he's kind of starting slow, but if he gets his numbers where they should be, his Raptors team can really be an issue. I think that I remember they didn't want to trade for KD because the Nets wanted Scottie Barnes, and it's like, I'm not giving you. I don't care if you get KD back. You're not getting Scottie Barnes. So we'll see if that ends up being the correct decision, and if he can continue to progress up to the player. I think he can, because I think he can really be a serious problem in this league. I'm talking like a 6-time All-Star type potential. I think we have in Scottie Barnes.
For sure. Well, speaking of rookies, I think it's been a very interesting week with the rookies that we've seen. Obviously, I think Banchero probably had the highlight play for many rookie when he absolutely destroyed Corey Joseph on game one. But so speaking of Paulo, number one pick, what do you think of Paulo? I mean, I think Paulo has looked great. I think Paulo has looked great. I know the Magic are 0-4, but I think the Magic are better than what their record. And I actually think that finally the Magic have some direction. I think they looked at what the Raptors did and said, yeah, we want to do that, but even taller. And you just look at the lineup. I think they had at one point on the court, they had like who was the guard that they had? They had Jalen Suggs, who unfortunately got hurt. They had Jalen Suggs. Then they went with, it was like a super tall line. Let me actually look at the roster so I can name the lineup correctly. They had Jalen Suggs. They went with Caleb Houston. They went with Bobo, Mo Bamba, and like Wendell Carter. Or it was like Franz White. Either way, it was like everybody was 6'8" and up. So yeah, I think the combination of Paulo and Franz Wagner will be great over the next decade. I'm trying to think of an NBA comparison for Paulo. I don't know.
I saw it take that state. He like Ben Simmons and Michael Beasley combined. How do you feel about that?
I'm not mad. I was thinking like a new age. I was thinking like a new age Chris Webber, but like I'm not mad at Ben Simmons and Michael Beasley combined. Like Michael Beasley was definitely a bucket. I think I don't know if Paulo's gonna be a superstar, but I do think Paulo is a guy who's gonna average like 24 points consistently in the NBA.
I'm not mad at
like
that.
I think he's gonna average like 24. You know what? Actually, you know what? Glenn Robinson. I'll put the Glenn Robinson tag on like a new age Glenn Robinson for Paulo. But I like Paulo. I like what he's been doing. I like Jaden Ivey. I think Jaden Ivey is very electric. I think he's very, very fun to watch. I've caught a couple Pistons games. I think he's very electric. I think he's very, very fun to watch. I think him and Cade in that backcourt. Like I said, low budget, LeBron and D Wade. The low budget LeBron and D Wade. I think low budget.
You're doing good, though. You on that booger sugar. You need to walk out the room in your own house.
Nah, I think coming from a wing who is pretty much kind of a ball dominant wing. Obviously, K is not LeBron, but coming from a wing who's ball dominant, who has good size, good passer, and then you put like Jaden Ivey in the backcourt, who's kind of in like the Morant, D Wade type of vibe. Again, I think it's potentially low budget, LeBron and D Wade. TP and Joe, what else? What are some rookies that you've been impressed by so far?
I've been impressed. Definitely the Pacers rookie, like Demetrius Barnes, Benedict Mathurin. He's been exceptional. He can score all three levels. He's really athletic. And the Pacers will let him shoot the ball as they should. He has a bona fide role in that team, and he's taking advantage of it. He's shooting the ball like 10 times a game, and he's getting buckets. He can score with the best of them. I really like Jabari Smith in Houston. He's got some inefficient nights, but when he's 6'10" and he can just shoot over people, he has a really impressive skill set.
When they give him the ball.
Yeah, I saw him and Kevin Porter was about to throw down in the middle of the game. But yeah, Jabari Smith, I think his talent, I know he hasn't been too impressive on the court so far because sometimes he'll be like 3 or 11, or you check the box score, he'll be like 1 for 12 or something like that. But when he gets his buckets, he can get his bucket because it's very hard to stop him from scoring. It's kind of like a like a Dallas Lord Katie or a Dallas Lord Michael Porter Jr. He shoots over people and he has the stroke. So those two are probably my guys from obviously outside of Payola and the guys you named. But I like Jabari Smith and I really like Benedict Mathurin for the Pacers.
TB, any rookies you fucking with?
Not really. I think Paolo Ranchero is doing what he should be doing on that team, and what they probably expected when they drafted guys like Jonathan Isaac and and those types of guys that were, because they've been drafting front court players for a minute and they've been failing. So I'm glad that they gave him the keys. Like I think when you get a guy like Jalen Suggs and you have a guy like Cole Anthony, you already have your backcourt, whether you have your six man or your true point guard. You have one of either of those guys, regardless of injury. I think for the Magic, the thing that that they should be concerned with is just trying to win 30 games this year. I think 30 games for them is good progress. It's enough for them to be able to attract some lower level free agents that got talent to help build a team around them. I don't think they'll be bad enough to get Wembanyama. I don't think the NBA will want to give Orlando Wembanyama anyways, because it's just like that would be bad for the product. So I really.
What do you think Wembanyama's going to end up?
I have no idea where he'll end up, because I don't know who's going to be the worst team in the NBA this year. I think to start, obviously the Wizards are going to come back down to earth. The Thunder are going to be what the Thunder are. The Spurs will probably win 25, 28 games. So I think it's a race to the bottom, and I don't think any of these teams in the NBA are actually prepared to race to the bottom unless they're literally looking, to completely rebuild and restart. And I don't think that. I think especially with the new, tanking rules, I think it could be any 5 teams at the bottom. And to me, it's who will be at the bottom. And obviously, we know the Lakers don't have their pick, so they are not going to, try to race to the bottom. But I honestly have no idea.
You know who I think it is?
Who?
Pacers.
That would be terrible for the league, but I feel
here's why it wouldn't be terrible for the league. Indiana has a great basketball culture. Indiana, if you know one thing about Indiana loves basketball. Indiana also has had iconic teams. They've pretty much been good at least Indiana, for the most part, keeps a good team. They never have a championship team, but they keep a good team. Like even the 80s, the 90s, they were pretty much good. The 2000s, they were good. Early 2010s, they were good. And also, none of the teams that are currently like bad are big market teams for the most part. But I think Indiana is probably the best basketball market out of those. And again, it is on the East Coast.
No, it's not. The Houston Rockets is the best option for him. You have a point guard, you have a young shooting guard. He's clearly going to come in and be the best player on the team. So they have to refer to him. Kevin Porter Jr., as you told me, is on a deal that's so conditional. If he get out of line, you can just cut bait with him. But to me, a Jalen Green Wembanyama, combo can be a combo where if you build around him for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you could probably get a championship out of.
Halliburton and Wemby. I think Halliburton Halliburton lead league in assists right now.
But this is my thing. Like I don't think Wembanyama needs to play with the distributing point guard. I think Wembanyama needs to play with either with a D-Wade type of player, or he needs to play I just had it in my head. He needs to play with either a D-Wade type of player, or he needs to play more in line kind of with slashing point guards, because slashing point guards will allow the ability for the defense to have to stay true to him. And if he can shoot the ball from anywhere inside of the arc, great. And if he can dunk without jumping, great. He's got a cold 3-point stroke. So honestly, he needs more of a Russell Westbrook type of point guard rather, to me, than more of a Chris Paul type of point guard, or a Derrick Rose or a Ja Morant type of point guard. Those types of point guards, I believe, have to be the orchestrators of the offense. And to me, you have to play through Wembanyama if you think that you're going to have a chance at, number one, taking your franchise to the next level as in the marketplace, but also being able to take your franchise to the next place as it pertains to the playoffs. Like, we have to be very, very honest about a lot of the big men in the league that aren't playing with point guards that are able to facilitate and get them the ball. And I don't imagine that Wembanyama will come into the league and play the 3. I think he'll either play the 4 or the 5. And if that's the case, I need him to play those spots on the floor. And I need for a point guard to be able to come up and be so good at pick and roll and getting to the rim, that he can either pick and roll or he can pick and pop, or both of y'all roll to the basket and we see if we can get a lob out of what's going on. And I think that the Rockets present the best chance for him. But the thing is how many more top tier picks are the Rockets gonna get before it's kind of like, all right, what's going, like are we just and I'm not saying giving anybody anything, because we know that, or we believe that none of this stuff is like fixed or whatever, but obviously the ping pong balls matter. But I think the Houston Rockets, if anybody for basketball sense, makes sense with Wembanyama, because then you get like a D Wade playing with Kevin Durant, which I can't imagine what that would look like on paper when you put those kind of combinations together. So
only thing with the Rockets, I feel like there's a lack. Rockets and Hornets, I feel like are two teams that could really use more veteran leadership.
Yeah.
Even with the thing that happened with Book Night, even like you see, it's granted, obviously, there's nothing wrong with having frustrations on the court, but your rookie who has played 2 games, literally 2 games, this is the second game of his NBA career, is having an argument on the bench with Kevin Porter Jr. How did you get that frustrated in game 3?
Y'all wasn't trying to hear me out. I told y'all there should have been a market for Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem because strategically help either one of those teams right now. That literally,
man. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Kevin Porter Jr. wildly enough to try to slap the shit out of you.
Yeah, like no, Joe.
Fuck out of my face. Your old ass out my
Kevin Porter Jr.
Fuck out my face, boy.
Hey, that's serious. Kevin Porter Jr. slap the shit out of you.
I'm dead ass serious.
The thing about Udonis,
scared of Udonis Haslem?
I'm not saying scared, but you gotta have respect for him, G. The nigga been in the league.
And guess what? Jordan Poole had respect for Draymond Green, and Draymond Green snuffed his ass.
And also the thing about Udonis is I would like you to have a veteran who will actually also get on the court and be able to play with you in game. Udonis is going to tell you what to do and he'll be like, man, shut the fuck up. You don't even play. Shut your ass up.
It's not that. No, it's bigger than that, G. It wouldn't be that simple.
It is, but it ain't though.
The respect they would have for Udonis Haslem. I'm sure they would.
Allegedly. But let's round this out. We got basketball coming on in a second again. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching. Appreciate it once again. I know they know where they can find you at. Well, can they find you on the internet anymore, TB?
Same place you could always find me.
All right, it's time, the same place. Joe, get
I mean, I don't have a Twitter account anymore.
You don't got a Twitter account no more.
Nah, it's best I don't speak anymore. I'm shutting up. I don't need people to
know
my moves.
You on your Kanye shit?
No, that's not what I'm on. I'm just getting off the internet because I have a baby mama, and I don't need nothing I'm saying being misconstrued as being disrespect toward the mother of my child.
Hey, I'm not gonna argue that. Do what you do.
And that's the fucking opposite of Kanye.
For sure.
That's the goddamn opposite of that shit. So fine. So you can still follow my Twitter account. It's up under old TPJ, but I will not be tweeting on anymore on the internet.
Respectable. As always, you can find me at Pappywood, PVY World, all one word. By the way, if you're in the LA area, I have a show tomorrow at the Viper Room. Doors open 10 p.m. Tickets are $10. Please get them beforehand. Don't just show up and pay more at the door. I mean, I would appreciate you coming regardless, but please buy them from me beforehand. Because I get paid off of that. So yeah, man, show tomorrow. Please come. My new record, Everything to Me, is out right now. Again, all this can be found at patverbs.com. That's PA all one word.com. Yeah, Joe, get your plug in.
What's good, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning in. This is a very fun beginning of the season episode. Like Pappy said, way too early takes, but we got to talk about what we got. What's happening? Get me on Twitter at the Joes with 2 S's. Find me on Instagram at Joel R. Wilson. Shout out to the homies Ronald. I seen Quincy, a couple other homies in the comments. Shout out to y'all for supporting. Appreciate that greatly. But yeah, another episode.
We out.